I had heard about a certain leaf that could help lower cholesterol, but when I discovered that there are actually 5 herbs that may help protect you from stroke and heart attack, I knew I had to look into each one carefully. In this video, I'll share with you 5 natural herbs that science has shown can help clean your arteries and support both your brain and heart every day. All of them work in a safe, effective way and are easy to incorporate into your daily routine. 1. Cayenne pepper. The first herb I want to share with you is cayenne pepper. Now, you might be thinking, cayenne? Isn't that the stuff that burns your mouth? How could that possibly be good for my heart? And honestly, I get it. It sounds counterintuitive. But here's the truth. This small, spicy red pepper is one of the most powerful natural ways to help prevent heart attacks and strokes right at the source. The key is a compound called capsaicin. It's what gives cayenne its heat, but it also acts as a natural vasodilator. That means it helps your blood vessels relax and open up. When that happens, blood flows more freely, your blood pressure comes down, and your heart doesn't have to work as hard to push blood through narrowed or stiff arteries. Your brain also gets better blood flow, which can help with memory and mental clarity. This is especially helpful if you've started to notice subtle signs like cold hands or feet, occasional numbness in your fingers or toes, mild chest discomfort when you're active, or just that feeling of being tired all the time, maybe even a little foggy in the head. These may seem small now, but they're signs your circulation isn't as good as it used to be. But opening up the vessels is only half the story, because even if the pipes are wide, what if the blood running through them is thick? Studies, including one published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition, have shown that capsaicin doesn't just help widen arteries, it also helps reduce platelet stickiness, which means blood can flow more smoothly without increasing the risk of spontaneous bleeding like some prescription blood thinners might. On top of that, cayenne has been shown to support the flexibility of blood vessels, especially the small ones further out from your heart. That's a big deal as we age, because over time, those small arteries tend to harden and become more fragile. So, the next question is, how do you use it? If you're just starting, try mixing a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne powder in a small glass of warm water. Add a little honey and lemon if the taste is too strong. Drink it in the morning about 15 minutes after breakfast. If spicy foods bother your stomach, or if you're worried about the heat, you can start with cayenne capsules. Look for a dose around 500 to 1,000 milligrams and take it once or twice a day with food. Stay consistent with it for at least 6 to 8 weeks. That's when you'll start noticing the difference in energy, in circulation, even in mental clarity. But one thing to keep in mind, if you're on blood thinners, blood pressure medication, or have any kind of stomach condition, be sure to talk with your doctor first. Cayenne may be natural, but it has real therapeutic power, and anything that strong should be used with care. Now, I don't call cayenne a miracle cure, but I do believe it's one of the easiest, most effective tools you can start using right now to protect your heart and brain without ever leaving your kitchen. One little pepper, one small habit, but it could make a huge difference for your heart health in the years to come. Now we've got the blood flowing better, but how do we deal with the sticky cholesterol still stuck to the artery walls? Let's talk about that next. 2. Garlic. When it comes to natural ways to prevent heart attacks and strokes, garlic is almost always at the top of the list. Not because it's some old folk remedy, but because modern science has proven its real biological effects. Garlic contains a powerful compound called allicin, which is released when you crush or chop fresh garlic. And that compound is responsible for many of the heart protective benefits garlic is known for. Allicin has been shown to help relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, reduce LDL, the bad cholesterol, and, most importantly, decrease the risk of plaque building up inside the arteries. And, as we know, that plaque buildup is a direct contributor to heart attacks and strokes. One major review published in Nutrition Reviews found that garlic could lower blood pressure by an average of 8 to 10 mmHg in people with mild hypertension, which is about as effective as some first-line medications. What's remarkable is that garlic manages to do this without lowering blood pressure in people who don't need it, thanks to its natural ability to regulate the system rather than force it. And this is something most people overlook. Cholesterol by itself isn't always the real enemy. The real problem is chronic inflammation, and garlic quietly fights it. Chronic inflammation damages the inner walls of your blood vessels, making it easier for cholesterol to stick and form dangerous plaque. Allicin, along with other sulfur compounds in garlic, helps calm that inflammation and protect the endothelium, that thin, delicate inner lining that keeps your circulatory system running smoothly. Interestingly, when people see their cholesterol levels go up, their first thought is usually to reach for statins. But what many don't realize is that when used consistently and correctly, garlic can lower LDL by about 10 to 15%. Even more impressive, it can slightly raise HDL, the good cholesterol, which is something statins usually don't do. So if your cholesterol is over 200, or if you have a family history of heart disease, or if your diet tends to include a lot of red meat or saturated fat, or even if you simply want to clean up your circulation in a more natural way, garlic deserves a regular place in your routine. Now, let's talk about how to use it the right way. Garlic should be crushed and left to sit for about 10 minutes before cooking or eating. This resting period allows the allicin to fully form. If you can tolerate raw garlic, start with a small clove in the morning after a light breakfast. If raw garlic is too strong for you, try aged black garlic. It's milder, easier to digest, and still retains its key health compounds. Standardized garlic supplements can also be a good option, as long as you choose a reputable brand with a dosage equivalent to 2 to 4 grams of fresh garlic per day. That said, there's one important thing to keep in mind. Garlic has mild blood-thinning properties. If you're already taking medications like aspirin, clopidogrel, or other anticoagulants, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor before increasing your garlic intake too much. You might have used garlic your whole life, but maybe you've never really thought of it as a serious heart medicine. Now you can. And it doesn't take much. Just one small habit, done consistently. One properly prepared clove a day can help lower cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and keep your blood vessels clear and flexible for years to come. But if cholesterol isn't the real culprit, then what is the silent threat you should be paying attention to? 3. Ginger. If cayenne helps blood flow more freely, and garlic clears out artery-clogging fats, then ginger is the quiet but powerful anti-inflammatory hero in this trio of heart-protecting herbs. And here's the thing many people miss. Inflammation in the blood vessels is one of the most dangerous silent threats to your heart. Some people have normal cholesterol, and their blood pressure isn't even that high, yet they still end up with a stroke or a heart attack. Often, the issue isn't what shows up on lab results, it's the low-level, hidden inflammation inside the blood vessels that no one's looking for. Ginger has been used for centuries in traditional medicine to ease colds, warm the body, and soothe stomach pain. But in recent years, modern research has revealed just how powerful ginger really is when it comes to protecting your heart. It contains compounds like gingerol, shogal, and zingerone, all of which have strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects, and can also help improve fat metabolism. But do you know what truly gives ginger its power? It's the way it can turn off certain enzymes that fuel the body's hidden fires. Gingerol in particular has been shown to suppress inflammatory enzymes like COX-2 and TNF-alpha. These are the very triggers that lead to vascular inflammation, plaque buildup, and eventually blood clots. This is especially important for people dealing with diabetes, metabolic syndrome, or obesity conditions where chronic inflammation is always present, even if you don't feel any pain or symptoms. Ginger also improves insulin sensitivity, helps lower blood sugar, and supports healthy weight control, all key risk factors when it comes to heart disease. In one 2017 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, participants who took ginger extract for 12 weeks showed a significant drop in CRP, a major marker of inflammation, along with improvements in cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Ginger also supports better circulation, especially in people who deal with cold hands and feet, numbness, lightheadedness, or even low blood pressure when changing positions. What's amazing is that ginger doesn't force your heart to pump harder. Instead, it naturally increases blood flow in a gentle, balanced way. Now, how should you take it? Ginger can be used fresh, dried, or as a standardized extract. If you're using fresh ginger, just slice up a few thin pieces and steep them in hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. Add a little honey and sip it in the morning. It warms the body, supports digestion, and gently boosts circulation. You can also add ginger to your meals, in soups, stir-fries, or even a warm bowl of oatmeal. If you're short on time, a high-quality ginger supplement is a convenient option. Look for capsules with about 250 to 500 milligrams of standardized extract, taken once or twice a day after meals. Here's something to keep in mind, especially if you're on medication. Just like garlic and cayenne, ginger also has a mild blood-thinning effect. If you're taking blood thinners or preparing for surgery, it's always best to talk to your doctor before adding large amounts of ginger to your daily routine. What I love most about ginger is that it doesn't just help your heart. Ginger works across your whole metabolic system. It reduces inflammation, improves digestion, and helps with weight control. And all of those things together create the ideal environment for a strong heart and a well-nourished brain. Sometimes it's that one simple cup of ginger tea in the morning that helps you live longer, think clearly, and stay far away from the ER. Now, calming the fire of inflammation is a great step. But what if your blood vessels are still fragile? How do we rebuild and protect the delicate inner lining of your arteries? 4. Turmeric. If cayenne helps your blood flow more freely and garlic clears out artery-clogging fats, then turmeric acts like a natural biological scrub for your circulatory system, cleaning your vessels, protecting the delicate inner lining, and attacking plaque buildup at its root. We all know that one of the deepest causes of heart attacks and strokes is the slow accumulation of atherosclerotic plaque inside our arteries. Over the years, these deposits don't just narrow the pathways that deliver blood, they weaken vessel walls, making them prone to rupture and blood clots. The magic behind turmeric is a compound called curcumin, celebrated in modern medicine for its powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, as well as its natural ability to balance blood fats. Curcumin works gently yet effectively across your entire circulatory system. It doesn't just dial down inflammation markers like TNF-alpha, IL-6, and CRP, it also intervenes directly in the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, preventing bad cholesterol from turning into the sticky substance that clings to artery walls. In fact, not all LDL is harmful right away. But when LDL particles become oxidized, thanks to chronic inflammation, poor diet, or stress, they transform into a dangerous adhesive that sparks plaque formation. Curcumin stops that process in its tracks. Even more impressively, curcumin can help repair existing damage, acting as a molecular shield to protect your vessel walls from further assault. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Interventions in Aging showed that curcumin improves the health of the endothelium, the thin cell layer lining your arteries, responsible for their natural ability to expand, contract, and heal. When that lining is healthy, your blood pressure regulates itself more smoothly, the risk of vessel rupture drops, and the progression of atherosclerosis slows dramatically. Turmeric's system-wide anti-inflammatory effect is especially valuable for anyone dealing with metabolic syndrome, arthritis, prediabetes, or high blood lipids conditions, united by low-grade chronic inflammation. Curcumin is one of the few natural compounds that can tame this inflammation without the side effects associated with corticosteroids. Absorbing curcumin from plain turmeric powder can be challenging, so it's best to combine it with healthy fats like coconut or olive oil and add a pinch of black pepper. Piperine, the active component in pepper, can boost curcumin's bioavailability by up to 20 times. For those who prefer supplements, look for a high-quality, standardized curcumin extract, often formulated with piperine or in a nano-enhanced form, for doses around 500 to 1,000 milligrams per day, tailored to your needs. Turmeric is easy to weave into your daily menu. Stir it into curries and soups, blend it into oats or smoothies, or enjoy a warm glass of golden milk before bed to support restful sleep, reduce inflammation, and aid your liver in clearing excess cholesterol. Turmeric isn't a prescription drug, of course, but what I want you to understand is this. Turmeric can influence every part of your circulatory health, from the liver that processes cholesterol, to the vessel walls that suffer chronic inflammation, to the very blood flowing through your system each day. A simple nightly ritual of golden milk maintained over time can become a powerful habit that makes a real difference for your heart health. Your pipeline is now clean, so what about the central pump? 5. Hawthorne berry. There's a natural herb that's been used for centuries across Europe, especially in traditional remedies for older adults with heart problems. It's called hawthorne berry. Now, unlike cayenne, which boosts circulation, garlic, which lowers cholesterol, or turmeric, which fights inflammation, hawthorne has a very special role. It works directly on the heart itself, helping it beat stronger, more efficiently, and more steadily over time. In modern medicine, hawthorne is one of the few herbs recognized for having measurable effects on the cardiovascular system, especially in people over 60 who may experience mild chest tightness, early-stage heart failure, or fatigue and rapid heartbeat after exertion. That's because hawthorne contains unique flavonoids like vitexin and rutin, along with compounds called proanthocyanidins. These support the heart in several important ways. They help the heart muscle contract better without overworking it. They increase how much blood the heart pumps with each beat. They improve coronary blood flow, which means the heart gets more of its oxygen and nutrients. And they ease that tired, fluttery feeling many older adults experience. One large study from Germany published in the journal Phytomedicine looked at nearly 900 patients. After 16 weeks of taking standardized hawthorne extract, participants showed improved heart function, better exercise tolerance, and reduced shortness of breath in early-stage heart failure. Most notably, there were no serious side effects, something even many medications can't promise. I often describe hawthorne as the heart's fitness coach. It doesn't force your heart to beat faster like caffeine might. And just like a good trainer won't push you into a sprint right away, hawthorne helps each heartbeat work more efficiently, letting the blood travel farther without putting added strain on your heart. This can make a real difference if you're someone who feels like your heart skips a beat under stress, gets tired after walking a short distance, or feels lightheaded when you stand up too quickly. It's especially helpful for older adults with mildly enlarged hearts who aren't ready for heavy medications. Hawthorne is typically used in the form of a standardized extract capsule, usually around 250 to 500 milligrams taken twice a day, or as an herbal tea made from dried berries. If you prefer tea, you can simmer 5 to 7 grams of dried hawthorne berries in about 10 ounces of water for 10 minutes and enjoy it warm once or twice a day. One important note though, hawthorne can mildly interact with some heart medications, especially blood pressure drugs or digoxin. So if you're currently on prescription medication, it's a smart idea to check with your doctor before using hawthorne long-term. What makes hawthorne truly special is that it doesn't just help clean out your arteries, it strengthens your heart from the inside out. For younger folks, that's a powerful form of prevention. For older adults, it's vital support. It helps your heart do exactly what it was designed to do: pump with strength, consistency, and precision year after year. So now you've walked with me through 5 of the most powerful herbs for heart health: cayenne for better blood flow, garlic for lowering cholesterol, ginger for full body inflammation, turmeric for protecting your arteries, and hawthorne for supporting each and every heartbeat. Each of them works in a different way, but they all serve the same goal: keeping your blood clean, your vessels clear, and your heart strong. And what I want you to remember is that heart attacks and strokes don't just show up overnight. They are the result of years of buildup, either of risk or of the actions we take to protect ourselves. You won't change everything in one day, and you don't need to, but you can start today with 1 cup of ginger tea, 1 clove of garlic at breakfast, or 1 hawthorne capsule added to your morning routine. Protecting your heart doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to wait for symptoms to take action. It starts with knowledge, with 1 small decision, and most importantly, it starts with you, right now. If you found this video helpful for your health, hit the like button to let me know you truly care about your heart and blood vessels. Your like also helps YouTube share this content with others who need accurate and timely information just like you. I'd also love to read your comments below. Have you ever used any of the herbs I mentioned? And what topics would you like me to dive deeper into in future videos? Share your thoughts honestly, because sometimes your experience could inspire or even help save someone else. We can't afford to let our hearts suffer just because of a lack of knowledge or attention. Protecting your heart starts with the right information, small daily choices, and your own commitment to living a healthier life.